You wake up, you reach for your phone, you scroll through 17 notifications, 2 news headlines that ruin your entire mood, and 1 Instagram reel of someone making a smoothie bowl that takes 45 minutes and requires 3 different seeds you definitely don't have. Then you drink your coffee, black, empty stomach, efficient, and head to your 6 a.m. boot camp. You come home, you eat clean, you do everything right, and the belly fat stays. Here's the thing. The problem is not your diet. It's not your discipline. It's the 3 things you did in the first 60 minutes of your morning. 3 habits that are silently torching your cortisol regulation before the rest of your day even starts. And today, I'm telling you exactly what they are and what to do instead. And no, this doesn't involve becoming the kind of person who wakes up at 4 a.m. and journals before coffee. We are not doing that. Stick around for the third one because it's the habit most women are actually proudest of, and it's the one doing the most hormonal damage. And girl, if you swap these 3 things out, I promise your energy stabilizes, your belly starts responding to everything you're already doing, and you stop feeling like your own morning routine is working against you. Let's get into it. Here's the context. Every morning, in the first 30 to 45 minutes after waking, your body naturally releases a surge of cortisol. It's called the cortisol awakening response, the CAR, and it's completely normal. It's your body mobilizing energy to start the day. In your 20s and 30s, estrogen and progesterone helped buffer that spike and bring it back down quickly. After 40, both of those hormones are declining. The spike hits harder, it lingers longer, which means morning is now your most hormonally vulnerable window. And most women are doing 3 specific things in that window that make it significantly worse. Let's name them. Habit number 1. You check your phone within the first 5 minutes of waking up. I'm guilty of this one too. I reach for mine before I'm even fully upright, and then act genuinely surprised when my brain is already running 3 stress loops before I've left the bedroom. Here's what's happening. The moment you open your phone, your nervous system starts processing stimulation. Messages that need answers, news designed to provoke, social comparison at 7 a.m. that nobody ordered. That activates your stress response, which releases more cortisol, on top of the cortisol already naturally peaking from the car. After 40, with less hormonal buffering, that compounded spike can stay elevated for hours, signaling your body to hold on to fat, especially the visceral kind, especially in the belly. You have not eaten breakfast yet, and your metabolism is already in storage mode. Here's the fix. 30 phone-free minutes after waking. That's it. Let the car peak and come down naturally without adding fuel to it. Drink water, look out a window. Exist briefly without an algorithm. 30 minutes, your emails will survive. Habit number 2, you drink your coffee before you eat anything. This is the one that's going to hurt because it is deeply woven into the identity of every woman over 40 who considers herself health conscious. The black coffee, the empty stomach, the lean efficiency of it all. Here's the problem. Caffeine directly stimulates cortisol production. That is not a side effect. It is a primary mechanism. On a full stomach, with food already buffering your blood sugar, this is manageable. On an empty stomach, you get a significant cortisol spike with no glucose to balance it. Blood sugar destabilizes, your body shifts into a mild stress state. And because cortisol and insulin interact directly, your cells temporarily become more resistant to insulin. Not burning, banking. The fix is almost offensive in its simplicity. Eat something before your first coffee. Eggs, Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, anything that puts protein and glucose into your system first. Then drink your coffee. The cortisol response is completely different. Same coffee, different hormonal math. Speaking of understanding the full cortisol picture and what to actually do about it with your workouts, this is where I always get the same question. Okay, but what does my actual movement routine look like when I'm managing this? Because fixing your morning habits is one thing. Having a structured protocol built around your hormonal reality, Your cycle, your cortisol sensitivity, your real energy across the month is a completely different challenge. That's exactly why I put together the 28-day challenge for women over 40 who want to lose belly fat without destroying their hormones. It's the movement protocol for the woman who finally understands her biology and wants a system that works with it instead of against it. It works by layering progressive isometric intensity across 4 weeks, mapped to a complete hormonal cycle. So your cortisol stays low, your muscles stay challenged, and your body finally receives the right signal. Within 28 days, your belly pulls in, your energy through the day stabilizes, and you stop dreading your own workouts. It's linked in the description below. If you're watching on a TV, scan the QR code on the screen. Either way, takes you straight to it. Now back to what we were saying. Because the third habit is the one most women are proudest of, and it's the one causing the most damage. Habit number 3. You do high-intensity exercise first thing in the morning. The 6 a.m. boot camp. The HIIT class squeezed in before work. The exact routine that every Optimize Your Morning bestseller has been recommending for the last decade. Here's the problem. High-intensity exercise is one of the strongest cortisol triggers that exists. When you stack an intense workout directly on top of the car, that natural cortisol spike already peaking in the first 45 minutes after waking, you create a compound spike that can take hours to come down. After 40, when progesterone and estrogen are no longer buffering it efficiently, your cortisol can stay elevated through mid-morning, which means your body spends the first half of your day in hormonal storage mode, holding fat, especially around the belly, while you are thoroughly convinced you just earned a deficit. This is where effort and result completely disconnect. Not a motivation problem, a timing problem. Here's the fix. Keep morning movement, change the intensity. A walk, mobility work, light resistance training, all of these challenge your body without the cortisol surge. If you love your HIIT and you are not giving it up, I respect it. Move it to the afternoon, when the car has dropped and your body can handle the load without the compound spike. Same workout, better timing, completely different hormonal outcome. Here's the 3-line summary. Wait 30 minutes before checking your phone. Eat something before your first coffee. Move your high-intensity workouts to later in the day. None of this requires a new wardrobe, a new gym, or a version of yourself that functions at 4 a.m. It requires understanding the window. Now you do. Drop in the comments which of these 3 you're breaking up with first. And if you've been doing all 3 for years, wondering why nothing was working, that is not a character flaw, girl. That is missing information. If you like honest, science-backed content for women who are done being given advice designed for somebody else's body, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Oh, and if you want to know which specific foods actively lower cortisol and which ones silently spike it, it's all in the channel playlist. Your morning sets the hormonal tone for everything that follows, girl. Now you know exactly how to set it right.